Alright, we are back in Kenshin, pretty much right after we left off. One good thing is you'll see that people were talking, and if we go to dialogue, we can see people talking around us. In addition to that, like, our people also say some random stuff while they're on the way. I don't think the shop I want is open. But we will see. No, they're not open. What time is it? 2:54. They're not going to be open for a while. Okay. So the good thing is that some of our people can actually eat raw meat. So if we just take a second and we look at the raw meat, right? It'll tell us that Scorchlander and any of the hive people can actually eat this, and also animals. Now it only has 15 nutrition. So we do want them to eat regular meat, but at the same time, we do not want to risk our people. So what we're going to do right quick is, if we go to build menu, right, we can make a campfire. Now we can't build too close to a town. So what we're pretty much going to do is just build we'll do 3 campfires. All right, and then we hit confirm, and they're instantly built. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take pretty much everybody out there for right now, and that's just so that we can give people. Actually, no, we're not going to take everybody. What we're going to do is we're going to take Bagra, Fade, and then we are going to take Hobbs. Well, never mind. All of our people want to come out here anyways. That's fine. So all of our people come out here. They're start putting food in the campfire. We're going to do a regular speed. And if we look, we'll see that campfires, they actually automatically loaded into there. They're not the fastest. However, if we go to inventory, and what we can do is we can start giving people meat. We do this campfire. Where's Pins at? Does he not come out here? Alright, Pins, get out here. So our Scorchlanders have already ate, not her. So what we need to do is give. Oh yeah. So I kept some people in there. They all need to get out here. That way we can start trading. So it's going to take a while for the hunger to come up for sure. If we look, we'll see all of his is pretty much used up. So we're just going to take everything and put it in there. Alright, so we are going to do some fast forwarding, and we're going to watch out for bandits here, because I don't like things to take forever. And there we go. Alright, so we got all of our people here, so we're just going to take and give him a piece of raw meat for right now. That's slow line. Pins is going to get a piece of regular meat for now. Hobbs is good, Rukia is good, so that should get everybody to a point to where they're not starving. Alright, if we look, his inventory ran out. So what we're going to do is simply put. So if you look, it's the same nutrition value for both. So it really doesn't matter which they eat, but having it all cooked means that everybody can actually eat it. We got 5 there, so he's filled up. So he's going to be the next person to get it. We're just going to go ahead right quick and cook up our meat. Now this will be a lot safer once we have our little house. And there we go. Everybody's meat should be cooked up. Everybody cooked their meat. So we're going to dismantle these. And it's a good thing not to leave these, because your people automatically cook, which is a good thing. However, what isn't a good thing is when you don't want them out there. So we're going to run everybody pretty much back in here. Let's just get them back in here right quick. That Garu pack was a lucky find for us. We got our food. Oh. There we go. We're going to have another lucky one. So what? Okay, Rukia. You know what? We're pretty much just going to have everybody get on this. Actually, no, we're not. We don't want to lose. So you do want to check and make sure that they're not part of a faction. Alright, so let's pull everybody back. Oh, see, the guards made quick work of that. So now There we go. Set. Loot. Show them your gear. So they're checking for smuggling things. So make sure you haven't stole anything or such. So we're gonna take and she's gonna get all of that. We're just gonna have her run into the bar. We're gonna have pins. Loot the rest of this. Boom, 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 boom. Well, most of this. Hobbs are loot some, and then there should be. So if we look, we'll see they're dead because we took something from them, but this guy isn't. So you can quickly kind of click over them and see if they're dead or not. Alrighty, so let's take it. We're not going to click that meet up right now. I kind of. So the other thing you see we have is Pack Wolves part of Nomads. And we're gonna actually have my guy go and talk to this. Can he catch up? Oh god, my guy actually can't catch up. Alright, let's. Wow, that trader is going at 20 miles per hour. Yeah, I literally can't catch up with them. We could have bought animals from them. But that's why I want to make sure that you don't have a pack on them and that there's, you know, really. There's nobody owns that animal. Oh god. Oh fuck yeah. So we're gonna run all of our people back in here. Okay, so there we go. We had one person. Does he have any? He doesn't have anything. All right, good. We're just going to loot the skins right now. Wow, these Garus are. They are keeping us in business. All right, C's filled up. Are you filled up? You are. So we're just going to have Rukia right quick. Go in here, sell off these skins. Eventually, we will be keeping these skins. But for right now. We need that money. So we already have enough for a house, luckily. So, and as you see, he got back up because we didn't loot him in time. The other reason, especially if you know you don't stand a chance against animals, you really do want to loot them as soon as they go down. So like for example, once we start going into the swamps and we start getting all of those swamp spiders, we will want to, who's that? That's just a guy. All right, we'll want to loot those swamp spiders right in the beginning and make sure that they can't get back up once we've knocked them down. You'll see each vendor has a total of money that they have. And we are up to 12,000 with a good bit of meat. So we need to decide where we want to sort of, which house we want to buy. And we're going to go with this one because a copper mine is down there. There's also a house on this side, which is like kind of by iron mines and stuff. But we're going to go for this one for the copper mine. I don't think there's a big difference between the two. I think they're both the longhouse. Yeah, they're both the longhouse. They're both the exact same thing. Same amount of room and all. All right, so if we click on this, we'll see for sale. Yes. Now if we click on it again, there is a repair button. And I literally, every time I do this, I forget where that button is. Is it in build? No, it's not. Where's that repair button? And every time I like see it, it's like, oh yeah, it was, you know, exactly what it was supposed to be. We can make it private or public. Where's that button? Oh god, I can't remember where that button is. Oh yeah, here it is. Repair. So if we look here, right? Oh god, he's the slowest person. So let's send him on repairing. Let's just do Bagra. Alright. We're going to hold off on having, I'll just do any mining because as you see, he has a lot of stuff on him. Alright, so if we look, we'll see we need, how many is that? 13 building material. Alright, so we need 13 building material. They're not too expensive. We're going to take, oh actually, what we need to do is we need to offload as much stuff as possible. Alright, so who gets room? Rukia and Set. So they're going to go down and purchase building material. Now this is one place I think you can get them. No, you can't get them here, but we can get something else that's going to help us as well. So if we click on this guy, show me what you got. He has a number of backpacks and does not have the backpack I want. What I want is a trader's backpack. He does not have it, so we'll check back with him tomorrow. Nor does he have the building supplies I want. One interesting thing too, I believe it still works. So if we look, right, we're gonna see that this dude is a hiver. He is with the tech hunters. If you want to go the thievery route, right, and I'll show you what I mean once we get down to the building I'm looking for, which is this one. All right, we're gonna fast forward it. Our people are relatively safe. Is anybody still starving? Pins is, oh, pins. Trade. So Pins is going to give up 2 meats. There we go. We'll give her 3 meats. All right, boom, there we go. And where's Ruki at? The only thing that, since this is in a valley, it can sometimes be a pain in the ass. So if we look, we'll see that he is part of the Shek Kingdom. If we steal from one of these guys, a lot of times you can sell to the other person a part of another faction. Because like, let's say I sold from him and I try to sell to somebody within the same faction. What's going to happen is they're going to know those are stolen goods. Now, it's not saying that I can't sell them, but I will have a chance, depending on my thievery skill, of whether I'm going to be able to finish that item, basically whether they're going to notice it or not. How good am I at selling it and making them think it's something else? However, if they're part of another faction, a lot of times they just won't care. So he could literally steal, let's say from this guy, sell to the tech hunters up there, steal from them, and sell to this guy, and they would never know. You can literally steal the same items because they're put up in their stores at the end of the day. So you could steal the same items back and forth and make money off them. But let's do business. Why is he doing business? Let's trade. All right, so as you see, he only has 4 building materials. So we're not going to get this up and going right away. However, 4 is less than 0. So who else do we got in here? I don't think we actually have anyone else that sells building materials. Actually, I think sometimes this guy does, if I remember correctly. Then once we get that set up and going, we can start getting a research bench. We can also make campfires in there for right now, and them campfires will allow us, when we kill these herbivores, to cook our meat without worrying about dustpans coming in and wrecking our life. But we need to get those 13 building supplies. Now there are other places I could go to get building supplies. However, let's find the right person. They're not all going to be easy. Nope. Alright, so that dude only had a few. I thought there was one other person in town that had building supplies though. You know, I don't think this guy's going to have it, but we're going to see. This is the armor merchant. If nothing else, we can look at it. So a very easy way to get gear is to just steal it. No, yeah, he doesn't have it. We might as well check all the shops while we're here. And that's what makes this a pretty good place if you are going to thievery to buy this one. Just because with these 2 shops here, you can steal from one, and then you're right there in your home, so you can see if the guards are there or not. Yeah. So as you see, he has mostly just heavy weapons. Even hacker slices are like borderline heavy weapons. If you look at their weight, looking at 9 kilograms, and when you're looking at strength, if you want somebody to be able to use it effectively, it's something like twice the strength. We'll check this bar right quick. I do not have a whole lot of hopes that he's going to have what I want. Now we are going to survive off of raw meat for right now. but we will trade it. Yeah, no, he doesn't. All right, so we got what? I think it was 4 of what we needed. Yes, so we can start on this. The good thing is when you start on something, right, you don't necessarily have to finish it. So what we're gonna do after a minute. So they're gonna put in the building materials. Now we can all help with this construction. One thing I like is you see it kind of building up like this, and it tells you how many building materials there are. So we have 14 and we need 10 more. And they don't always put them in at the same time. So if we look, we see Rukia still has one. So he's adding materials. Now we can get everybody on here, building it up. And that's going to be as far as we can go. Until the morning when they restock shop. So what we can do is we can pause here, right? Arrange, he has meat. Arrange, he has yeah. So what we're gonna do is he's going to keep, no, actually for right now, all of our good meat's gonna go to these guys. And oh, no room. Oh yeah, and then our raw meats will stay with these 3. Actually, the easiest way is to do it like this. So we're gonna just put them all on here. No room for that. That's fine. Pins is gonna take the rest of the cooked meat. Right. Yeah, we'll arrange that. Hobbs is going to put the raw meat on him too. He's gonna trade with Slowline and get all of that raw meat put on him since they can eat it. And if we look, 15, 15. It does the same thing. It's just this sells for slightly higher, but it does the same thing. So there's no big deal. Rukia needs some meat, so we're definitely gonna have Hobbs trade with her. In addition to that, Hobbs, you need to trade with Pins. You don't have medical supplies, do you? No, you don't. And no, I don't want that. So Hobbs is gonna keep like 4 pieces of meat. Pins has a good bit of meat. Rukia has 3. We're gonna keep quite a few meat on her. Right now, they're gonna be kind of the people that keep us storing stuff, right? Let's put them back. And let's trade with Slowline. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so everything is taken care of. And what we're gonna have, once again, is Hobbs to go out there. We're gonna have Rukia sit out there with him, and we really want to get Rukia another weapon, and we're gonna have them sort of so which side is this? Yes. So normally I actually find this side to be less active than the other side, so we're gonna run out here and we're basically gonna keep the so we're basically gonna do Bagura. Yeah, your foot is about healed up. Fade is about healed up. We're gonna keep Slowline down here. Set is gonna stay here, and Pins are gonna kind of stay in the middle of town, and that's so that they can heal anyone. So if we look, we'll see that neither of these is encumbered. Oh, his left leg is still shot. All right, so we're gonna take Set instead. Yeah, Set is gonna come instead. All right, and we're gonna look out here and say, oh, it's daytime already. So actually we're not. What we're gonna do is the shops should be restocked. So we're gonna basically we'll leave Pins down here for now. I'm gonna take these guys. Inventory. You have room for like 1. You have room for a couple. No, you have room for a couple and a Fade. Yeah, you have room for a couple, although I don't like it when it does my meats like that. Everything should be in an orderly fashion, right? Alright, cool. So we're gonna have them. Where are you at? We wanna find where yeah, there we go. Have them go out there. The good thing is once we get our house set up, we can set up some automation. So we should really probably be watching them a lot. There's a tech hunter, and you can attack these factions. You can actually see, so if we go in here, we look here, we can see our factions. So we got -10 with the Dust Bandits. Dust Bandits just don't like anybody, but we don't have any with these. We haven't discovered them, but we can ally with them, and there's different things you can do, like the we got the Shinobi Thieves. Allying with them, we just get them 10,000 cats. We got the world map here, of course. We got our research. Right now, we can't research anything. We don't have a research bench, but we'll be able to research a lot of stuff and get stuff going. Crafting. This will just show us what we're crafting, what we're repeating, and what crafting stations we have. So instead of having to click on each station, we can go in here and select from here. Squads, you can make more than one squad. You can have 50 people in a squad. We have 256 people, and I can't remember the number of squads we can have. We can look at all the dialogue, and then there's an AI option in here, right? So ditch items, sleep when injured, sit when idle, heal allies. So we're not going to do that, and that's basically not your characters, it's allied factions that they're doing. And shoot first, as later you're going to shoot, and then we get different formations. And you can set that differently. So we are taking a risk by just having them to sit out there. However, we're not going to encounter too much stuff that's too deadly, so they should be fine. Oh, has he not restocked yet? Has he not restocked yet, or is it just that he doesn't have building materials? Because if he doesn't have building materials, that's kind of shitty. We'll check back a little later. So we keep them two down here, right? So my leg is healed, his leg isn't, so he's gonna go there, and me and Set are gonna go out and look for misadventures. What I would like to do is lure some Dust Bandits back so I can get some initial gear, although right now combat is not going to be our main focus, but if we can lure some enemies into here, maybe get some hits off on them and take their gear, then that definitely would not be a bad thing. And we're actually going to have, because I don't know what time they restock. You know what? Slow line, you're where we at? You're gonna actually go and sit in there, and you're gonna check on things. We're gonna have these two guys coming out. The other thing we can make to heal ourselves is count bits, which we will make once we kind of get set up. And you can see them eating the meat. That meat's not going to last forever. The other thing is this quality determines how much you're going to get out of iron. So the lower the quality, the less you're going to get out of it. Okay, so we don't see anyone out here right now. Let's check on how Hops is doing. We're looking at 5. Alright, so what we want to do is we want him to take this. We want to look at how encumbered is Hops. 20%. Actually, what we're going to do, trade. No, actually, we are going to bring him in. Put 1 piece of meat on her. And we're going to have him keep mining this deposit. And if we look at his stats and we look at his labor, we're up to 14. So this is going to make things get better. Now we have to be careful as we're separating our people out, and that could have some definite consequences. Alright, so what I want to do is park them right there for a second. Fine, slow line. I really hope somebody wants to be named someone, because I have somebody named Slow Line. So no, okay, so they did restock. Oh, Dust Bandits right here. Okay. So what we want to do is back off between the guards. Okay. Where is slow line and pins are all going to come here. We're actually going to bring Hobbs and Ruka in here as well. So if you look, Rupa is encumbered, however. Okay, they're taken away. Alright, let's look at what's happening. So our people are going to get hit some. Oh wait, why am I fast forwarding? I'm just used to it. Alrighty, so Fade got knocked out. He's unconscious. And the other thing we want to check is to make sure that none of these guys actually have a bounty on their head. Because sometimes these bandits can. The second thing we want to do is we want to start looting some gear. So we're see, we have sabers, and this is what we're going to transition to. So we're going to talk a little bit about how weapons work and all. And what we're going to do is we're going to compare these two, right? And then we're talking about armor. So you get two types of damage this game. Three types. You got cut damage, blunt damage, and damage from bows. Cutting damage is basically you cutting an enemy, and it helps to increase your deaths and is helped by deaths. Blunt damage is you're hitting somebody hard, and it increases strength and is helped by strength. You also have blood loss. So you look at this one, right? Blood loss times 90, blood loss times 30 is because it does a lot more cutting damage. You see 0.65, 0.13. It also sells for a lot more, so we can sell this for money, but for right now I want to have weapons. Second thing we want to look at is we've got these pants, which are only worth 12, but we've got these. And you look, we see a couple of things. First of all, we see the grade. They are standard grade. Which is a good grade. You get grades, you got prototype, shoddy, standard, high, specialist, and masterwork. So this is like mid-tier, but this is on the boss of the bandits, which unfortunately doesn't have a bounty. And you also see over there, it covers the left leg and the right leg at 60%. So it has a 6% chance to actually stop damage. So, 6 out of 10 times it's going to stop the damage, which isn't bad. You also see blunt resistance, cut resistance, and a cut resistant efficiency, and they're actually not bad. So we reduce 39% of cut damage, and efficiency at 90. What that basically means, if we're attached for like, let's say 100, we're going to, and let's take 39 points of that is going to be resisted by cut, but since efficiency only 90%, it means that roughly like 35 is going to be actually resisted, and the rest of it will be transferred as blunt damage that can't be resisted. And you can have multiple layers affecting the same thing. You also see that athletics, it affects negatively on it, but martial arts, it has a positive effect, so you can get that. Secondly, we got boots. So our people aren't going to equip any boots right now. It does mean we have less coverage on our legs, but if you look down there, you'll see mainly athletics effects is reduced in combat speed, and we do not want to do that. So if we look at this, we'll see that we get a huge hit to perception. But the thing is, if we're not going to use crossbows, then that really doesn't matter. So we get that. The second thing we want to do is loot this guy. And not with them though. Hurry, hurry, hurry. So we're gonna put this armor on. As you see, it only protects the chest, but does give some coverage. We're gonna put this on. He had no weapon. So, and then with Fade, what we're gonna do is we can do this. We can actually loot this guy. And if we click on Fade, now we can access his inventory. So this weapon is a shoddy value. Okay, so for these, you look at the bottom, rusting blade, it looks a little different, and different blades are made by different manufacturers. Now, I normally wouldn't take these pants. They're not going to sell for much, but if the character has them on, then why not? Alright, so we got him. We're actually going to have Set pick him up. And the hope I'm going to have is that if he stays around... No? So who else do we have? So, oh, oh no, we got people right there. Good. So we'll loot this guy once again. We'll get some weaponry. We get that. He doesn't have boots, but we didn't want that anyways. You can also have a shirt. Now there are some boots that don't affect you as much. Oh, we got this guy. Slow line. Where you at? We got two guys down here. All right, loot slow line. Excuse me. Pins. How are you looking for inventory space? Not bad. Not great, but not bad. All right, and then you're going to come down and loot. I'm going to come down to him. Alright, so we're gonna trade with him, give him the pants. We will equip the boost if we have to, and then run down to him. We need to get down here. So let's pause it up in there. So this is an easy way to get some early game armor. If you can just get Dust Bandits to run in, then you can get... Alright. So even if the guards will heal them first, but even then we can still loot them. And if you pause the game, you can loot without having to worry about it. Oh god. Pens does not have. Okay, so he's gonna put these boots on her, and then she's basically going to just. Can I still? Yes! Alright. Ooh. So if we move this here, this here, this here, we can get this. We will put the boots on for the moment, but so we're gonna drop our helmet on the ground and put this one on. We're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna drop this, and we can pick it up afterwards. The boots we can put on. We can drop this, put this on. We'll trade weapons, and then drop this, put this on. Same thing here. We are going to keep these. They don't sell for much, but every little bit helps. Actually, we can just do that. We're going to drop this on the ground. We're going to put this over here. Crossbow bolts don't sell for much, but they don't take much room either. I think that's everyone. So what we're going to do is we're going to get Hobbs down here and Rukia. And then we're going to trade. I'm going to take all of these people. Actually, yeah. Actually, we're not. Since it's on the ground, oh, so how are we gonna do this? Well, he can take the junk bow. If we put this over here, and as you see, we got so fade. All right, so let's go back and sell our little goods. It's not a whole lot, but in the beginning of the game, you gotta take every little bit that helps. It does mean I'm gonna pick up all the trash gear though, because there is a lot of trash gear. So you can buy Is anybody like starving? No, everybody's got food on them. Yeah. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that everybody gets what they need. So we're not worried about the pants. The mace. So as you see, the mace does a miss of 2, but I think we'll end up trading that with Hobbs. Yeah, so Hobbs are getting a mace for right now. Actually, we got a saber, so Hobbs are getting a saber. We're actually going to sell the maces, but what I want to make sure is everybody gets armor, helmet, and that's it. He does because he came with some stuff, but obviously this gives him acid, but it doesn't give him anything else. Well, this actually does give some protection, so we're going to put that on. So there is a strategy to putting, oh, we're at 35 minutes. We'll cut this off in a sec. So there's a strategy to putting shoddy grade stuff on just because it weighs less. So if you look at this one, it's 5 kilograms. So it doesn't make a difference here, but if we look at something like this, that's 6 kilo. Okay, so it's not making a difference in the beginning. Later on, I think it does. I've noticed it. Okay, so Hob. So let's trade. C is a brave woman going out into the wastelands, armorless. So we are selling all of our boots. All of our people are pretty much going to be shoeless. So let's run over here. And as you see, this guy can't equip everything, right? He can't equip boots or shirts because he's a high prince. So I do believe there are some specific hive shirts that can be equipped by some of them. All right, your boots go. Pants, boots. Boom, boom. We're not going to use anything that's crossbowish in the beginning. I just don't see any point in it. Maybe later on we'll transition to crossbows, but in the beginning, I know you came with these boots, but you're getting rid of them. And he has building materials. 1, 2, 3. All right, okay, you get that. You get that. All right, everybody, back to our building. So how much are we lacking? We'll be at 19. So apparently he doesn't restock till later in the day. And I'm going to keep time fast forward. So I'm going to use up the building materials we have. I see he's adding materials. I'm using up the building materials we have to build this. We'll get it along the way. After that, we're going to have Hobbs. So nobody has building materials. Somebody had one. We get the food distributed out. Afterwards, we get Hobbs back out there farming. We're down to 5 building materials. There are other places we could go to get building materials, like down here there's a way station, but we had to run through some enemies and we don't want to do that. Oh shoot, I missed a chance to get a trader's backpack. So we will see you next time. Thanks for joining us today and have a good day. If you want to be a character, just leave a comment and I will catch you guys later.